Today is one of my leftover days. I had some chicken, Brussels sprouts, and broccoli left over from yesterday's dinner. I found mushroom in my fridge, and along with some green onions, cilantro, garlic, and ginger, which are the staples in my fridge always, and got inspired to make Asian noodle dish. So let's call it chicken noodle stir fry. And before we start cooking, let's talk sauces, which are very important here for our dish. So the first one is Korean hot pepper paste, which you can buy in an Asian store. Then I added some sriracha for an extra kick. Dark soy sauce, but if you don't have it, you can use regular soy sauce. And this is a sweet chili sauce that packs a lot of sugar, so it's on the side if you wish to have it. As long as you have a soy sauce, the other sauces are completely optional. You can use jalapeno or hot peppers for the extra spice, or red pepper flakes. And for sweetness, you can use brown sugar, regular sugar, or even honey. As you can see right here, my sauce came out a bit thick. So either I can use water right now or use it later when I'm cooking. I'm using rice ramen noodles that are gluten-free, but you can use any type of noodles that you like. Because this dish cooks very quickly, you need to have all your veggies prepared ahead of time. I'm using 200 grams or 7 ounces of mushroom, a couple of stalks of green onions chopped, 1 tablespoon of cilantro, finely chopped as well, two garlic cloves, and about an inch or so of fresh ginger. You can chop it just like I did here, or you can grate it. Either way is fine. To a heated non-stick pan, add a little bit of butter. I'm a little bit stingy here. As you can see, I'd like to save calories as much as possible. I'm gonna add mushroom first. And the key here is not to touch it. Just put it on the pan and leave it completely alone. Let it brown. It takes about few minutes, at least I would think 5 minutes for it to brown. And once they start browning, as you can see, you're gonna hear the hissing sound. That's when it's ready to stir. If you stir it too early, they will release a lot of water and they're gonna boil instead of fry. And that's not a desired outcome for sure. Once the mushroom is fairly browned, add garlic. And make some space for egg. You can actually fry an egg ahead of time, or you can do it just like I do right now. It doesn't matter. It cooks so quickly, the egg doesn't have enough time to get to dry. Before the egg even cooks all the way to the end, throw in the veggies. I'm using the leftover broccoli and Brussels sprouts that I had from a day before, but you can use anything that you like, green peas, corn, whatever that you have in store. The good thing with a stir fry like this is basically it's a free for all. You can put whatever you like. My veggies were already cooked, so the only thing I'm doing here is heating them up. And while they are heating up, I put a pot of hot water, boiling water, added some salt, and put the noodles in. The instruction on those noodles is to cook for, I don't remember, probably 5 minutes or so. Nonetheless, I only cook those noodles for a minute just to loosen them up just a little bit. These kind of noodles, the gluten-free rice ramen, they tend to overcook very quickly. So I don't want to risk any soft noodles. Therefore, I did it like that. While the noodles are cooking, I added some chicken, also leftovers, you guessed it. Now, with that sauce I told you before, it's a little bit thick. Now it's time to put a little bit of water. Mix it all in. And before we add sauce, let's put the noodles in. The sauce will help the noodles to loosen up even more. As you can see, they're a little bit rough, still hard. Once you put the sauce, it's going to be easy to separate them. And break it all apart, let it cook. It only takes another couple of minutes at the most for the dish to be completely ready. And one thing, if you need extra water, if the sauce thickens even more, because it will on a pan under the heat, then you can loosen it up with a little bit more water. And it's pretty much done. You can add some extra nuts if you don't watch your calories. I do. However, I have a confession to make. You see the whole dish? Well, I ate it all by myself. But as you can see, it's a pretty big dish. It can serve 2 people for sure. So in the description of the video, I'm going to provide calories and macros so you know exactly how many calories this dish has. And you can make a decision for yourself whether you want to eat the whole thing or just a half. At the end, I'm adding the green onions and cilantro. I don't add them before because these are very nice and fresh veggies. You want to taste them in the dish, of course, if you like them. And they soften very quickly and they will completely be forgotten in the dish if you put them right away. And here it is, our chicken veggie noodle stir fry. I hope you enjoyed this dish, and if you make your own, please don't forget to share. I would like to see how it came out. And as always, enjoy, and if you'd like to see more similar dishes, low calorie dishes, high protein, don't forget to subscribe.